Welcome to the Indiana Jones Punch sound tutorial. I was creating a sound effects library. It's out now. It's on my website. I'll put it on the YouTube details. But it's all on punch sounds. And it really inspired me to go through old punch sounds and try to recreate them so you could have all styles of punches. And one of the classic punches to me is the Indiana Jones punch. And so I wanted to try to recreate it. And I'll show you some examples of Indiana Jones punches right here, so you can take a listen. This is just the original sounds. So there is some Indiana Jones punch sounds. And so by listening to that, I thought, oh man, I really think it's a whip. And it's sort of widely known that whips are great added elements into punch sounds. And so I was crazy and I tried a few experiments, but I really wasn't getting what I wanted. So I actually went and bought a original David Morgan whip, which you can see here. Morgan whip. And so that's me with a David Morgan whip. And the David Morgan whip is the original whip maker who did all the whips for Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it's the whips that Harrison Ford uses, and it's in the movie, and it's the ones that Ben Burtt and his team recorded. And so I tried to use that sound as my going off point. And so this is sort of what I came up with. So I put a regular punch sound in. It's just a regular punch sound. It's from my sound effects library. You can check that out if you want to get all the punches. And it's sort of this meaty punch with some low end. And then I added in this reverb element here. And you might ask, what is that? It doesn't sound good, by itself. But that reverb element is a whip. And what I did is I went out and recorded this whip on many different places and tried to get the reverb that I wanted. And if you put those sounds together, you get this like slappy punch, right? But if you put some added processing on it, like analog channel to get it sort of saturated, and also decapitator to also get that analoginess, it gets this really dirty sound. And that it's almost like it's distorting the analog preamp, and then you get that dirty analoginess afterwards. So if you put that sound in with a clean punch, and this is a leather punch that's in the sound effects library, and you get that distorted sound, you put them together, you got an Indiana Jones punch. So there is another way to do it as well. If you go out and you record a whip through like an M10 or something, you can actually distort it and you get a clippy sound. And if you can put that clippy sound on top of, again, the little distorted tail with the clippiness, then you got another Indiana Jones punch. And so if you record a bunch of whip sounds, a bunch of punches, you can get some variation. And so let's see how it compares to the original movie. Now, let's say I take out that first punch. See what it sounds like. That first punch. It is pretty close to the other punches in that movie, I would say. Now let's look at this last punch here. So that last punch take it out, put in mine. Now it's not exactly the same, but these aren't the same recordings. These are all original. Pretty close to sort of the feel and style of Indiana Jones. So that is my sound tutorial for Indiana Jones punch sounds. I hope it sort of gives you an insight into how Ben Burtt did it. I really think he used a whip, distorted it, and then put in a punch sound element added on top. So if you're interested, check out my sound effects library. It has all the Indiana Jones punches I created, plus some Matrix punches and other old style punches, and new style, new generation punches. So if you're interested, it's at thesoundkeeper.com, and I'll put it on the YouTube notes as well. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.